Anduin versus Garrosh. Victory or death!
The light shall bring victory.
I hope it's Control Warrior, I guess. Do I keep the Deathlord in this matchup? It's annoying early on, but... I think I keep the Thoughtsteal, also to... I think I said this several times already, just to know what kind of warrior it is. Helps a lot. I'm not sure about keeping the Deathlord. Might force an early execute. I think it's even worth coining out the Thoughtsteal. Okay, I have a lot of answers if this is Control Warrior. It's not. I guess Deathlord is best played earlier than... Simply because Warsong Patrons... It's pretty bad. I don't have a way to deal with Patrons right now, which is a problem. Which means I need Lightbomb or like Velen's Holy Nova. Could draw more cards. I guess I use this as draw engine right now. Okay. Fine, I've got a Light Bomb, but I'm not sure if I can put up enough pressure to not die to a Frothing combo. And I need an Ooze. So maybe I shouldn't have kept the first Deathlord, just to get more chances of getting weapon destructions. Which is just one card, but still. Also, opening up with Zombie Chow can sometimes be a little bit more annoying. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's pretty good actually. If I can somehow get rid of it right now. I should probably play this Holy Nova. Clears the board, draws me a card. Gets rid of this. Seems good enough.
Right away.
I have a lot of cards though. Well, there are not many death targets in the deck anyways. Okay, playing this means I get another card. I play 2, have 8. Get 2. Seriously, 9, 8. Get 2, have 10. Okay, so I can't realistically play the Thoughtsteal. He might have something to destroy my Deathlord. If he has the second Warsong, I'm fine with that, I guess. Simply because I have the Light Bomb. And if I find a Velen's Chosen, I also have the second Holy Nova to do something.
Pass me that Arclight Spanner.
I'm still not damaged yet. So now I have 9. If I play 2 cards, I can play the Thoughtsteal this time. I guess I can always play like the Stalker. Or this. Yeah, whatever I draw, basically. Would have liked to clear this, but there's no easy way to do this. Yeah. Because of this. Okay. Patron plays very badly with just a few cards in hand, but he refueled a lot here. So I should probably try to fatigue him in the long run. Oh, that's even the... Ah, okay. He still has 5 mana, so... Can't really overdraw him soon, I think.
Back to work.
8. That's 8. If I make him draw 2 from this, he overdraws by 1. Could do something silly like Whirlwind, Holy Nova to do this. Probably not the way I should go. It's like the only way because these are the only fast cards right now. Something like Chow, Stalker, Whirlwind, Battle Rage. Draw myself a few cards. I think I just go with Loatheb. I need to destroy his second Death Spite. I somehow have to get rid of his AoE things, Whirlwind, Ghoul. To not simply die to a big frothing. I got... he still has both patrons also. Okay, that's the last commander. That's good. Maybe I'm dead already though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a mistake. If he has 2 frothings, hitting my minions with his minions is a lot more damage worth, actually. But maybe it's still enough. I let him do the math. No need for me to do it. This was a correct attack. Well, that's 30. Yep. If he attacked with the Acolyte, he would have won. I have to get as much HP as possible to not simply die to a weapon. So it's like Whirlwind, Holy Nova. No. It's actually Healbot, but I have to get rid of these things. That's the last war song, so I don't have to fear this much actually. So I think I... yeah. Go for the Whirlwind play. Can I somehow... no, not really. Actually, how many cards do I have in hand? 8? This means I draw 3. Then Holy Nova, heal myself. 7, 8. Okay, I can't do that. Good thing that I got the Armorsmith earlier to play it for like 5 armor. So for now, with the Healbot in hand, I'm not sure if I can easily die here. If he doesn't play Grom like randomly. Both war songs are gone. I have something against the big Patron board. And if he plays a weapon, I can play Healbot. He still has 1 Death Spite left, which means 8 damage. I would need a second Light Bomb though to be totally safe. Which means I definitely want to draw. That's 8, 10. Cabal. I have to hit this first. I would have to heal this. Again, go up to 14, so I can actually... I think I'm fine with healing this for... No, it doesn't do anything. It dies anyways, so... Oh no, I could have healed it now. Whoops. That was the plan actually, to hit, heal, light bomb to keep it alive. But I guess having much health is also quite good. Yeah. I just need an answer to the last patrons that could come up here. Okay, he just wants to survive and fatigue. He played both Fraud things. Yeah, there's just a Patron left in his deck, basically. I have the Shadow Manas, so I might... Do I want to recombobulate something? Probably not. Okay, I know the exact 4 cards he has in hand, which is Execute, Whirlwind, Unstable Ghoul, and maybe Harrison Jones, or second Shield Block, second Slam, something on these lines. Grand Patron. No, there's a Patron, there's a Whirlwind, there's an Execute, and the fourth card is kind of a wild card. It's like Unstable Ghoul, Shield Block, Harrison Jones, second War Axe, something on these lines. As for now, I just want to heal myself, and I have to get rid of these guys eventually. Not too great. He has 6 damage showing, and I don't have an answer to patrons. Still have 11 cards. That's a lot. But no, he played both Inner Ages. Did he play second Whirlwind? No, he still has a Whirlwind, right? Yeah, that's a problem. This Whirlwind is... well, I have an Execute, I guess. Can run one Patron into the other, Execute. Still need something to play on this board. Wow, that's a lot of armor. Hit this, Execute here. Play Shrinkmeister. Yeah, I have 5. I cannot take this. I could play the Velen's Death, but I still have to execute this, so... Actually, I could have Shrinkmeistered and recombobulate this or something to spawn another Patron on my side. But the will return, so that's pretty silly. I hope that he doesn't sacrifice his Armorsmith so that I can take it, then Velen's chosen it. Okay, he runs second War Axe, but he kills this. Means 4. Okay. So he has 6 damage showing, and what was the last card then? Probably Unstable Ghoul. I think Velen's chosen the... That's 6. This will give me more armor on the long run. And more health. No, it won't. But it doesn't matter. Well, if he runs both of these in, then it does. Oh, okay. Sure, second Execute. That's what it was. But now he's out of damage. And I won't fatigue that.
I will fight with honor. The light shall bring
Let me Chow going first, really good. So I guess you keep Deathlord against Patron Warrior and just play it and hope it pulls out a Warsong commander. Just give them one charge turn. And then you hope they mess up with their Acolyte hit. The Acolyte hit would have been, instead of 1 damage, it would have done 1, 2, 3, 4 damage, which would have been exactly enough. Next turn Deathlord. I actually hope it's Aggro Paladin. He kept 3 cards, it's kinda likely. He used coin for this, so he doesn't have like Quartermaster turn for quite some time now. And it's not a setup for kings, I guess. It might be a setup for something like Double Might or a King Golem or whatever.
The light protects.
Yeah, it's aggro. Nice. Should be pretty decent with this hand. If 2 light bombs though, it's a little bit clunky. Holy Nova would be way better.
Reporting for duty.
I guess I have to get rid of the Divine Shield rather than clearing another minion. So he has 4 damage showing, which means he needs 3 to kill the Deathlord, which is like Blessing of Mine, or Blessing of Kings. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, this works. And he has more cards than I have. That's also quite good. I'm not sure which one I want to choose here because of Owl. Okay, it's going to be this one then. No, rather develop a second minion. That's a weird way of playing Aggro Paladin with 7 cards in hand.
The light protects me.
My shield for Argus.
I wonder if this weapon is good enough for the Ooze. Probably not. I want to hit a True Silver with it. True Silver is pretty annoying. That's 2. I want to get rid of these just because of Divine Favor. Ha! Called it.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
He doesn't want to pop the Deathlord for some reason. I thought he would do it, but...
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Ah, okay. What? What does he do? Okay. He just plays it very, very weirdly. I would have buffed this 2 times and get my free minion, but... Okay, well, you don't have to. I mean... It's not like I would force you to do something against your will. Divine Favor... Okay. Would still give him like 3 cards probably, but... With 2 light bombs in hand, it's not easy to play around that.
Anduin versus Malfurion.
I must protect the one.
The light shall bring victory.
I guess I tried to keep this, make this like an injured Blightmaster and hope that it stays on the board. He might not keep Wrath in his opening hand, which is basically the only answer right now. Like, I have to start explosively, and this is like the... I think this is like the 6th Druid in a row that has Wild Growth turn 2. Going first, also. I think it's not the 6th one going first having it, but... He also went first, which is the problem most of the time. I could steal his 2-drop next turn. I don't want to give his. I don't want to give it charge.
Where shall I strike?
Where's my Holy Nova? Missing 1 damage here. I could hit Cleric, heal. No, there's no good innovate here. Could innovate out the Ooze, probably a good idea. Just to get a board going here. It was the perfect curve. Wild Growth, Shredder, Druid of the Claw, especially against Priest. But almost, pretty much against every class actually. Other than Hunter and Mage maybe. Could have been a little bit too slow for Zoo also. But in general it's like the hand you want to start with.
I wonder.
Don't feel good about this board state though. At least that's not a drop that I would like to steal, I guess. Ah. Now I wish I would have kept the innovate. This one is this one is a problem.
I wonder.
I don't really have like if he has double roar, I'm already dead. I think 16 plus 6, 22. Yeah. Well, I can get rid of a 4-2 and therefore get a 2-2, I guess. Great. On the other hand, I can clear the lore with this move also. Can steal this, hit this, probably better.
Let me change your mind.
Huh.
No.
Holland Nova deals 3 right now. Which means I can't deal with this one. Other than like trade this. This might be the... Maybe I can steal a BGH. Kinda have to clear this board because of combo. He drew some cards off this lore. He didn't use it though this turn. It's just a matter of time. So I can leave him with a 4-1. I guess that's the best I can do right now.
Quickly.
And hope that my zombie Chow survives. And that I can trade into the Dr. Boom. Kinda sad, no. I don't run BGH, so... It's like always said to kill a Dr. Boom if you have BGH in your deck and the only BGH target is gone. If he counts, combo is 20 right now. Which is kinda good because I can probably Healbot myself out of range. This is like a clear message. The problem is I don't have a death for this and he gets a 6 mana discount. Let's start by drawing with this, I guess. I have to find a way to kill this. That's 5. So maybe I should do it on this then. Stalker. Ah, I gotta be BGH. Well, I guess I have to leave this on the board then. Which is pretty sad actually. Oh no, seriously? So now I die to combo. I probably shouldn't have Thoughtsteal. Yeah, sure. If I didn't use the Thoughtsteal, I would have had enough mana to remove this. Then I could have simply sent my Chow into the other guy and survive. If he doesn't have double roar. Ah. Okay. I thought I could get something like a roar myself, just to clear like his whole board this way. Didn't really want to go for the one in, I think 15 or something. No, 2 in 15. But still. I would have had the Healbot to stabilize at some point.
You asked for it.
The light shall bring victory.
Sure about the Shrinkmeister. Also not sure about keeping the Deathlord going first actually. But there is not much I could get better before that. Like my hand could easily end up with 2 light bombs and a Sen'jin or something, which is significantly worse. Shrinkmeister, yes or no? Probably no. Dorgan, are you going to stick with Priest this season? I usually don't stick to a deck for the whole season. It's fun right now, it's working right now. And if I don't want to play it anymore, I'll play something else. Let's just gain some flexibility. Or should I? Flamewaker turn might be concerning. If you place Flamewaker now, I can Shrinkmeister double trade. Interesting. Guess I can go for the kill on that one.
Is someone injured?
Don't really care about the mana right now. I should have probably cared. Because I could have gotten a power word shield. Ah, well, this one. I have the Shrinkmeister Cabal combo for something big. At turn 8. That's a good outcome.
Right away.
Job's done.
If I find a death, I should probably be able to 1 or 2 deaths to outlast him on the long run. I can't even kill my own Cleric. I could steal it next turn though. Well, I could kill it with Frostbolt, I guess, but it's not how I want to do things right now. Let's just be patient and actually, the problem is I can't either play Recombobulator or Shrinkmeister because this can't attack. Either because it has 0 attack or it's Recombobulated and has summoning sickness. Next turn is probably like something like Cleric, Cabal. Which means I have to let this on the board. I therefore have some Clerics.
Let me change your mind. Is someone injured?
The good thing is even with the Apprentice on board, if he Flame Strikes, my Cabal stays alive. Already used 2 portals. Could use something like Flame Strike, Missiles, or Frostbolt. Mirror Image. There we go. Okay. I think I'm not in immediate danger of dying. Famous last words.
I have no time for games.
I probably don't get big value from the Sylvanas, because you can simply trade and kill it with another spell, but I get rid of another card, another spell. Second Fireball means he has way less reach now. I'm still looking for a Shadow or Death because of something like Rag, Antonidas, Dr. Boom. Holy No would be pretty good here also. Still 2 in the deck. Well, thank you then. If I trade before, I only get busted if this hits my Harrison Jones for exactly 4. I could Shadow... No, Shadow Menace is pretty silly, right? Yeah. I have a second Cabal and I have a Shadow Menace in hand, so I think there is no real reason to play the Shrinkmeister. I also don't want to Recombobulate this, because I can also Shadow Menace and Recombobulate or something. Guess that's what I will do. Shadow Menace, Recombobulator, kill the 2 mirror images, heal this back up. I'll get a random 1-drop though, that's like not that great, but... If something goes out of control, I have a Light Bomb, I think. So why not?
You might feel a little tingle. Battle detected.
I think it's too easy for him to kill my Deathlord if I don't heal it. I know he can still play this next turn. See, he has to use another card, which is good. Wow, he plays this card. Okay, okay. Okay. Sure. Fair enough. He'll get a random legendary. That's what he will get. And then we see what we can do about this. I guess that's the plan for now.
Time for a change.
But I will get an enraged warbot. Wow. Well, this sucks.
Battle commencing.
I still have 2 deaths in the deck. I actually upgraded his Shredder. Do I want to give him a Sen'jin? Yes, I think. That's probably Counterspell then, which is sad because this is like some kind of refuel mechanism. Hi Roduko, thanks for joining. Need 2 more damage on this. Okay. I need 4 more damage on this. I have Power Word Shield 1 left. Okay. Still cannot really deal with this boom. Cards. So I have 1 Light Bomb, 1 Shadow Word Death, 2 Shadow Word Deaths. If one of my minions stays survive, it's Holy Nova, 2 Velen's Chosen. Okay, that's like more than half of the cards in there will help me here. Cabal is kind of fine, I guess.
Let me change your mind.
He still has... no, he plays Shredder, so he probably doesn't play Rag. This would be pretty greedy if he plays Sneed's Shredder and Rag. He played both... no, 1 Frostbolt, 2 Fireballs, and 2 Flame Cannons already. Let's finish it off here.
Obey.
He probably doesn't play 2 Flame Strikes. If he does, then I still have this one around.
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
So I can pull his last mirror entity. But I guess I just won't.
Obey.
I mean, I could have traded here and healed it back up. Probably doesn't make too much of a difference. Was a little bit on the line, the game, but still was able to pursue the general game plan. So problematic decks for now are Druid, Freeze Mage, and Handlock. Like, double combo Druid. Ramp Druid feels about fine. Okay, he wants to stall me, fine.